Good morning, friends. That's right, it's another Honda HHR 16 Harmony. I got 3 of these things from Motherload 46, along with that yard bug. You remember? Anyway, the Honda that was in great condition, I fixed that and sold it for $325. This is the Honda mower that I fixed the rear rolling problem, cleaned the carburetor. I listed it for $325. Somebody wants to see it. So even though it's raining, $325 is a lot of money. Of course, it starts and runs great.
For landscaping?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
I have a push mower there, but the wheel is broke.
Yeah? I got lots of wheels. Local landscapers asked me if I have one of these wheels. I think I might. Thanks, brother. 1, 2, 3. Gracias. Thanks, brother. So look, if I can find another one like that, then you could just put 2 in the back. Same wheel for his mower, but it's too small. His has thicker tread. Anyway, he helped me put this in the back, so that helps. Let's see if we can sell this for $325. I'll take as low as $275. So you're not gonna believe it. The minute I get out of my truck, the first thing the guy says to me is like, "Hey, you do YouTube videos?" I'm like, "Yeah." But the funny thing is, it wasn't about YouTube mowers and blowers. It was about mowers, blowers, and guns. We stood there, talked like for half an hour about guns. But of course, he paid me $325 as I wanted. How about that? You know, I get recognized around here in Long Island way more on mowers, blowers, and guns than I do get recognized by the main channel. Because, you know, the gun community over here in Long Island is kind of small. So if you go to like a shooting range or a gun shop, more than likely they've seen one of my videos. I'm like the only YouTuber in Long Island that has a YouTube channel about guns. And to make it even more noticeable, I'm like the only Asian Long Island guy that has a YouTube channel that does guns. So you know, that's gotta be him. That's gotta be Henry from Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. Anyway, great day. Sold that mower for $325 thanks to my buddy Robert from Holbrook who gave it to me. Thanks, Mr. Biggie. But then again, it was almost new. This is the second best condition one out of the 3. The other one looks really bad, but it has a bag. This doesn't. That's right. Honda makes a couple of different styles so that the bags don't all fit each other. The good thing about this one is, this is the only one out of the 3 that rolls backwards by itself. As you know, the one in great condition, I had to do a lot of stuff to free up the rear wheels so it goes backwards. This one we don't have to worry about. I think all we have to do on this is clean the carburetor and fix the recoil starter. That's easy. But this is not going to get that much money because it's missing the bag. And it's hard to get the Honda bags. Let's start by taking off the recoil starter because we can't even test the engine or the carburetor without fixing the recoil first. You know what I just realized? The reason why it goes backwards is because there's no gears in the back. This is a push mower. It's not self-propelled. I didn't even know that they made push mowers. Anyway, this rope is pulled out completely. Fixing the recoil starter is not that tough. Just 310mm to take the recoil starter off. Then we'll rewind it up, oil it, and then see if it runs. Yes, fellas, I know. I just can't get myself to throw away my little green chair. It's been a staple on this channel. Even though it's broken, I just can't throw it away. Hey, look, it still supports my weight, all right? Yes, I have looked into getting a replacement green Little Tykes baby chair. They're like 50 bucks on eBay because the shipping is so expensive. I'm just gonna wait until I find one on the street. Somebody will throw it out. And that's just how easy it is to remove the recoil starter. You can see it doesn't go back. Now look, I actually have another one in my box of parts over there, exactly like this. But I wanna see if I can fix this. Know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. Anyway, we'll just cut this knot part out so that we can pull the string out, the rope, all the way. Oh, then we'll just wind it with your hands counterclockwise all the way. Oh, look what it's doing. As soon as you get some tension on it, it releases. Well, it does it now. Yeah, see? Which means that the end of that coil is not clipped on to where it's supposed to be, or because of rust, that end hook that hooks onto a place where it holds it broke. So you'd have to take the coil all the way out, rewind it, like redo a bend, because look, it doesn't get tighter. It releases the tension once you tighten it. So this is no good. I might just go in the back where I have exactly this. Or should we release this and see? Because you can do another bend. Why not? Let's try it. So it's a hex or Allen, right? 3 millimeters too small, 4 millimeters too big. So I've got a Torx. I think they do this on purpose just so you don't try to fix shit yourself. I've been turning this mofo for a while. It seems like there's a nut on the other end that moves too, because it's not getting any looser, which means that there has to be another nut here, other than the nut that you're watching. Well, I stand corrected. There is no other nut on the other side. Why isn't it loosening it up? I think it's stripped in there, which is why you keep turning it and nothing happens. I just pry this open just to show you guys. I'm not going to use this again. You won't believe it. It's reverse threaded. You go clockwise to loosen it. And when I was doing it counterclockwise, I was tightening it. Get it? That's the first time I've ever seen that in a recoil starter. Well, I've trashed it now because Here. Hope the coil doesn't fly out. Go bing! There it goes, bing! Alright, so look. The inner hook is intact. The outer hook is bent outward, see? That's what the problem was. Somebody's been pulling it too hard.
That's what she said!
I probably should have made sure I had that recoil starter before I took that apart. And I do. It's a little faded, right? But look, smoothage. However, it is missing one of the pawls, which is a little disturbing because you wonder why the pawl came out. It's probably the reason why I have this. Because something was broke. So I'm going to take one of these pawls out, see, and replace it. I want to try to do it without taking this cover off, because once you take the cover off, it goes bing! Snap right in, and pops out, see? Uh-oh. It doesn't go back in. Supposed to go back in. I'm going to lube this a little. Lubed. And retracts by itself. Oh, by the way, I'm making that noise. You pull it like around here, so you make sure it does that. Very easy to remove a recoil starter on a Honda and a Kohler. but Kohler copied Honda, so. All right, let's see if this turns over. Check gas. It's completely dry ski. And also look, get the fuel shut off that was on. That's good news. Because if there was gas here, there shouldn't be any gas in there, which means the carburetor should be clean, technically. Let's check the Earl. If they had the mindset to shut it off, I bet you they watched after the oil. Yeah, right on the money. Relatively clean. Not black, but brown ski. Not sure how long this has been sitting. But once we unleash the hounds, turn off that fuel shut off. I put quite a bit of gas in here because I plan on using this to mow my side yard. It's easier. All right, so look, usually when stuff hasn't been used in a while, when rubber gas lines touch liquid, whether it's carb cleaner, oil, gas, maybe not oil, but gas, it disintegrates and leaks. So here we go. Opening up the fuel. Fuel should be going trickle, trickle, trickle into the carburetor. If there are dry rotted gaskets, whether on the bowl nut or the bowl gasket, it could immediately disintegrate from the fluid and then start leaking. But we don't think it's leaking. So should we just give it a couple of pulls? Let's try not to pull it too hard, huh? You can hurt something if you pull it too hard. I think the RPMs should be a little bit higher. Bend that bar a tad bit just to get the RPMs up. It needed about 300 to 500 RPMs more. Now it's better. Super easy fix. I'm gonna save this pull rope with the pull handle on it. It's in excellent condition. Would I save this reel for something? Would I even save this pawl for something? Because what if I need another pawl in the future, right? If you think I'm going to sit around and try to recoil this, you're nuts. Because this will drive you insane. You'll go to a mental institution if you try to coil this. Ask me why I know that. Should I save this? This part here has been stripped because I turned it the other direction. Would I still save it? You know what? Why? Do you know how much these things cost on eBay? $10. It's so hard for me to throw things away. So, super easy fix. Fixed the recoil starter. It was very easy, as you saw. We just replaced the entire recoil starter with one that I had on hand. Didn't cost me a dime, but because this is just a push mower and it doesn't have a bag, it is a Honda, and the engine sounds really good. But look, there are some rusted spots and grinds on this deck, right? But it's a decent deck, but nevertheless, it doesn't look very good. And if you think I'm gonna go spend time to take the engine off and the wheels off and mask everything and paint this gray again for a push mower, you're nuts. I'm gonna sell this as is. I'm not even gonna wash it. What do you think about that? But I will list it for $175. take as low as $1.25. In the meantime, I'm going to mow my yard with it. Man, that cut really nice. Look at the stripage. Really nice. See? That part where I scalped with that test, it's growing back. That's a good mower, man. As you saw, there was tons of grass buildup underneath because my sprinklers just went on about an hour ago. So the grass is still kind of wet. You should never mow your grass when it's wet. Otherwise, you gotta clean the bottom like that. And if you don't clean the bottom like that, it'll rust. You also have to get the clumps out of your grass because that'll kill your grass because it blocks the sun from getting to the roots and to the grass and to the soil. So you're just gonna have a dead spot wherever there's clumps. Always go over the clumps and spread them all out. Because this is a mulcher using the mulching switch, because I don't have a bag, it mulched and minced it really nice into super fine particles that'll just decompose on its own. But you can't have it in clumps. This, as you know, has 2 blades, so it minces and mulches really well. So like I said, I took pictures of this. I'm gonna list it for $175. It mows great. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can teach you how to fix your recoil starter. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys and gals, I'm JB from Garage Gear, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.